popcorn. We are two niggas spoiling movies. Yeah. Brandon Collins, that's me, and Justin Brown for your movie needs. Medium popcorn. Woo! You haven't seen it, well, we're gonna spoil it. Spoil it in your face. That's your warning. So if you get pissed, it's all your fault. Woo-hoo. Paddington and his friends are going to Peru. I'm Eddie Collins.
Guys, it's Justin Brown.
And we're Video Popcorn. You know that already. And you know what time it is because you see Paddington in the title. So you're like, oh, goody. It's another fun
Justin's
one.
about to get death threats.
You know what? Here's what I'm going to stop you I'm going to stop you right now, Justin. Because, folks, you've been listening for a while. You know what Justin did to the Paddington 2 Rotten Tomatoes rating. You know what he did for the first Paddington rating. Okay? Mm-hmm. Heads up, spoiler alert, Justin hated this movie. Now, here's my issue with Justin. I'm surprised that you having 3 children, you cannot have fun watching this. Because I don't have any children. I barely even have a social life right now. And I enjoyed this immensely. Is it good? I don't know. Is it fun, though? Yes, because all these actors, these acclaimed actors, Oscar-nominated actors, are acting fucking nuts. Olivia Colman is unhinged.
So I just want to let you know that there's a reason that the OG Mrs. Brown didn't come back for this because she came to her senses.
Oh yeah, I mean they did. That was a weird recasting because you have, the full circle moment at the end where they had the flashback to the first Paddington, which I'm so glad we watched the first one because we have the context now at the train station and everything.
Yeah,
but it's like that's such a powerful scene in the series, and then it's weird to have this new actress like Emily Mortimer. She does her thing. She's a good actress, right? But it's just weird to like replace Sally Hawkins. It's like, well, now it doesn't hit the way it should because this is a new actress, right? Like,
what if Sally Hawkins listened to my review of Paddington 2 and was just like, oh my God, this was trash. I can't be in the third one.
No,
and then she was just, and then she noped out of it, and it's all my fault. I would take great solace in that.
That's terrible, Justin.
Well, I'm a terrible person.
Because she probably didn't anticipate the actor strike, and so she ended up being out of work for a little bit, and now,
listen, I get it.
The block is hot now. H&R Block's like, yo, we need our money, and Sally Hawkins is like, I ain't got it. Did you see Shape of Water? We made nothing. I should have done Paddington to Peru. Fuck you, Justin Brown. This does have a new director, too. This has Paul King, who directed the first 2 films, did not return, and this is directed by Douglas Willis in his first, his directorial debut, actually, which is interesting. Okay, so, folks, this is wild. Like, it's not as insane as Paddington 2, because I still think Paddington 2, I still think Paddington being sentenced to like 12 years in prison is one of the most bonkers, hilarious things I've ever seen in cinema. But in this one, Paddington basically gets in like a Charlie Brown, Bon Voyage kind of shit, where he gets like a mysterious letter, supposedly from his Aunt Lucy. Oh no, it's from Olivia Colman's character about Aunt Lucy.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And how she's concerned about her. Then
Paddington
about a
nun.
Back.
From a nun. Yes.
Who we later learned she just showed
the
up.
Old retired bear's home.
Yeah. That is so, dude, her like Scooby-Doo villain monologue at the end was so
crazy.
Wow, dude. She was like, she said, she's like, I of course went into disguise as a nun at the old bear retirement village. I was like, yo, this is such a crazy script.
Like that is not, of course, it's just crazy. I mean, Antonio Banderas was nuts in this, but then when she was nuts. Actually, she was nuts all the way through.
Yes. Yeah, her smile and her look, like her whole vibe is just unhinged. But, dude, between this, the stuff she's done, The Bear, and that movie we saw with Rico Weiss and Emma Stone.
Emma Stone.
The fuck. What was that movie called? She won the Oscar for
the fucking Queens. Yeah, I can't. I don't know why I can't remember it.
But she was amazing. Like, I think
she's great.
She's very versatile. I think the worst thing she's done, unfortunately, is Secret Wars, which we don't even talk about that in regards to Marvel. It's so bad that no one mentioned Secret Wars.
Yep.
They really fucked up by doing those Marvel TV shows. Anyways, Olivia Colman, though, it's so wild because she's the bad guy. Then she pretends to have turned good.
The favorite.
Yes, thank you.
Yes,
in the chat. But yeah, like she pretends to be good again, like flying the family and stuff like that. Almost died several times. This whole family is dead. The Brown family is dead several times in this movie.
Yeah.
I mean, that plane crash alone on the rock that almost knocks over Paddington, like so many lives are lost in that one moment.
Okay, hold on. We need to talk about Paddington because I have some questions. All right, so
what's wrong with why you're so upset already? You ramped up. Listen, just take a deep breath.
Brandon, hold on, Brandon,
take a deep breath.
I don't know if you realize this. Do you? My question is, how much time has passed from the first movie in the series to this one? It seems to be a number of years.
Yeah, because the kids are teenagers now, if not even old.
Yes.
Like I think they're right above, like below adulthood at this point.
Well,
it sounds like the mom is like, this is our last trip together because the daughter is about to go off to university.
Yeah, she's about to go to college. So let's say this is 5 years.
Yeah, maybe a little.
I would say 5 years, maybe more. Could be 5 years, maybe just a little under, or maybe more. Okay. Right?
Where are you getting?
With that being said, Paddington is a dwarf bear, right?
Yeah. He
hasn't grown.
How long do bears live?
Not one bit. Huh?
How long do bears live for, though?
Hold on. Bears are not cubs for the rest of their fucking lives. They're not cubs for fucking years over. Animals do not grow the same way that human beings grow.
Why are you screaming?
Okay, no. You're like, well, I mean, I was like, no.
Remember, there's different types of bears, and now also we learned in this movie. So Lluvia says 10 to 35 years. Okay,
yeah, this nigga would be big as fuck.
Okay, but here's the thing: we learned in this movie actually
through the coat like it's a fucking Hulk.
So we assume from Paddington 1 that Paddington, maybe his parents died and Aunt Lucy took him in, right? Mm-hmm. We learned in this movie actually he lived in like some fucking deep village in Peru, and got fucked up
and got lost,
and then like he basically went adrift in the river and stuff, and ended up with Aunt Lucy.
Yeah, well, here's the other thing: how did they straight up omit Aunt Lucy's husband? I
wrote that down. I was like, where's the uncle?
Yeah, this nigga stood out in the middle of an earthquake and took a tree to the face, only to be erased from Paddington, the Paddington lore, because they made it seem like it's only her.
Yeah, it was really weird because like she discovers cute baby Paddington, which little baby Paddington was so adorable. I gotta say, but the little hat and everything looks so cute. But yeah, I would say they omitted the uncle and then recast the mom. Like why? Like this is a lot of change very quickly. Yeah.
Nuts.
Well, I mean, not as nuts as the cut scene right after this to fucking Paddington taking his passport photo. He just walks around with these fucking sandwiches.
Yeah.
He's eating them and stuff. And okay, if Paddington eats all this marmalade, his shits have to be like fucking gack, right? They have to be so like slimy and like, you can't really, you know what I mean? So when he's sliding down on his ass down the stairway, he's just smearing marmalade shit.
And it's all over his fur.
Yeah, and then like you see the whole family at the end doing it too, and they're all eating marmalade. I'm like, yo, this house would smell to high heaven and have nothing but shit streaks everywhere.
Yo, Paddington goes to the bathroom and it's like an episode of Double Dare. Like, well, oh my God. You know what? You just really brought that to life for me. All that marmalade. Like, first of all, he'd probably end up, and he'd probably end up getting diabetes and getting one of his feet cut off. Because when it really comes down to it, bears, it's not natural for bears to be eating marmalade. Yeah, fruit, okay, but marmalade packed full of fucking sugar, just like dumping pounds of sugar inside of it. This bear is going nuts one day, ripping off one of the family members' faces and then getting its foot cut off after it's been shot 40 times with actually, I was going to say tranquilizers, but no, they're going to kill that nigga.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is like even the neighbor from the first two movies, the creepy dude, he's not in this. Like, there's a lot of random people that don't return, And yeah, like
it's like Three Ninjas, the third Three Ninjas movie. Yeah, it's like Rocky's gone.
Yeah. Wait, okay. Oh, slow down. My mind's fucked up. You got me thinking about Three Ninjas now for no reason.
We're everywhere now.
Now wait, Tum Tum and
this
the fucking
podcast is already
Rocky
better than the movie.
and Colton shit. It's not better. Okay.
Yes, it is. This is
Our
better
Three
than the
Ninjas
movie.
review is better than the movie.
Well, yes.
Okay.
Wait,
This-
in the Three Ninjas movie?
Yeah. Our review of Three Ninjas is better than the Three Ninjas movie.
No, I mean the Three Ninja movie is actually a classic film.
Okay, nigga.
Is it
Well, can
amazing?
you
No.
Focus.
Hold
We're talking
on,
about Paddington and Peru.
Oh no, well, hold on. Yeah, what we've recorded so far in the last how much time we've been on
10 minutes.
10 minutes is abundantly better than what I watched in this film for 106 minutes. That movie is fucking nuts. Paddington in Peru makes 0 sense, and it is packed full of just holes and just dumb shit. And I'm just like, who wrote this? And
Well,
then I
that's
have to
the
answer
problem.
the question of saying Mark Burton, John Foster, and James Lamont. And I hope with a name like Lamont, you think it's a nigga, but I'm hoping it's not.
Oh my God.
Oh man, this is bad because it's James Dion Lamont. That's really.
I gotta be honest with you, Justin. I gotta confess something to you and the audience. That's my pen name. I mean, if I told you that I helped write this, you wouldn't be surprised, right? Because Olivia Colman and Antonio Banderas, they're so out of control as the villains. Antonio Banderas is a schizophrenic. I'm just gonna go out and say it.
Oh
Because
yeah,
you can't dismiss it any
nuts.
other way. You can't say, oh, like, he had these fun visions of his ancestors. No, he's a schizophrenic. He's a very, very troubled man. His daughter knows that. By the way, that actress, that character is supposed to be played by Rachel Zegler, but because of the actor strike, she had to drop out.
Okay. Well, I just want to come back and report that James Dion Lamont is for sure not a nigga. It is a white man, and I think we're all better because of that.
Okay. But why you gotta call him a nigga, man? You sound real Eric Adams-y right now. You need to calm down.
Oh,
if you don't know about Eric Adams, you just look up Eric Adams Negroes. And I know for our white listeners, that's gonna be really uncomfortable to do.
Yep.
Everyone needs to see this fucking wild clip of him be like, and these Negroes that try to get me out. I was like, yo, he's out of control.
Wild times.
That's our
wild
picture.
times.
Which, by the way, like, where are the authorities in the world of Paddington? Where are the people to be like, hey, this magical talking bear, what's going on here?
Put a fucking muzzle on that nigga. First of all, he needs a muzzle.
Well, I mean, it's only a matter of time before he gets a scent of some real meat that he is like, I want some of that.
Well, I mean, first of all, like, are we talking Paddington being hungry or Paddington at a fucking Diddy party? Which one is it, Brandon? Because the way you said that, he gets a sense of some real meat. He's just like, I want some of that. And here comes the baby oil.
Well, listen, I did text you
with some fucking marmalade.
I did text you and say, how dare you not tell me about Miss Milk Chocolatey. Well, she's not milk chocolatey. She's very white chocolatey, but thickness cream. Haley Atwell had a little cameo in this movie. Yeah, how dare you not tell me that?
She was only in this film for like I would say collectively like 2 minutes, and it was a waste. It was a waste.
She never came back. I was yearning for her. They should have put her in the mom role. That would have been something nice.
You know, when I saw her build on this film, I just assumed that she was going to have, some sort of large role. Like I think Olivia Colman worked as the nun, but like, yeah, she should have been somebody in this. She should have been Antonio Banderas' daughter.
What?
Haley, yeah. I mean, anybody. It's like, why wasn't she really part of the story? It's a waste.
She's 41, so could that technically work? And Antonio Banderas is a good looking dude. You'd be like, yeah, he fucked a chick that could die as a daughter for sure.
Yeah. He can make that work.
I love Antonio Banderas right now because he's in this like, I don't give a fuck. I'm just doing whatever like I want to do. Like he Puss in Boots, this, He was in the last indie movie, which wasn't great, but it's just like I get to work with Spielberg and fucking hang out with Harrison Ford and fuck around. Yeah, why not? And then he was also
wait a second. Is he going to have time travel in it? Of course. I come. Huh.
And then he was in that Baby Girl movie with Nicole Kidman, which is like he did some really good dramatic work in that, that film. So he's been killing it, man. And like, it's wild, man. Like how far he's come as an actor, as a name, like as a brand, everything like that.
As a brand, yeah.
That voice, man, that Puss in Boots, and that, like man, it's so good.
I mean, he's getting that Disney money, baby. He's good now.
Well, that's DreamWorks. That's
right.
Universal,
that's right.
Money. But it's still good money because you get park money.
It's still good. Yeah,
you get that park money. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's what the real money is.
Shrek. Yep.
There's an automatic. Did you see? You went to Disney. Did you go to Universal when you were in Florida?
No, I didn't. We didn't go to like Disney and the parks. We did like the boardwalk areas, like the walks.
Okay. Yeah.
So like because I'm not paying all that fucking money for these
kids can't even ride the ride.
Shit. Yeah, and they can't remember. They're not gonna remember this shit. I'm just like, when Linux is 5, yes, we'll go to Disney. He was like, no, we should go early. I'm like, no.
Yeah, until the whole family can go. Yeah, until the whole family can go to Pandora together, there's no point, honestly.
Yeah,
because that's kind of right. You want to do as a family where you're like, whoa, and then like dad could be like, at least I know where the money goes.
Well, I mean, I want all the kids to be old enough so I could take an edible and just.
Oh my god, that's you don't want your kids to see you. That'd be wild.
Yeah, you're right.
The reason why I brought that up though is because
harassing their mama.
It'd be like, hey woman, hey woman.
They turn around. I'm dressed head to toe as Mr. T. I got all this gold.
And then people with no context just see you yelling at this white woman. Hey woman.
Let me show you what a real man's like.
Yeah. Let me give you some more kids. Like it's like, this is my wife. Yeah. All right, but the reason why I brought that up in the first place is because at Universal they had an animatronic donkey that basically they have a comedian, I think, that's inside who comments on you as you walk by and shit. And Eddie Murphy like Shrek voice. It's hilarious.
Was mine better or worse than his?
No, it's sort of the same, but you could do it.
If you're maybe I could go down there and steal his job.
Just
this is where we're at, Brandon. I'm trying to steal other people's jobs.
You're just a little tunnel, just speaking like Eddie Murphy as the dog.
Friend of the show, David Rosario. We met him a long time ago. He did a notorious a show of ours, a stand-up show, a grits show, but he actually does an animatronic thing for the auto show. He used to do it for Ford. There's a robot out there, and that's how we met. He was in the behind the robot. Yeah, so it's a weird gig, but it must be really fun. He said he always had fun with it.
Yeah, I mean, I think you just get paid booty. That's the only problem. You know what I mean?
No, you get paid pretty well.
Oh yeah? Damn, maybe we should do that.
Yeah,
we could switch up doing donkey.
Yeah,
like, all right. So you do it. You do it first. Like say, like hire somebody, and I'm taking over the shift after. Come on, Justin. A family just walked by.
Hey, mama in the white pants. How are you?
Good. All right, Justin. It's good seeing you, man. How are they today?
They're good. I mean,
right.
You got this. You got. Here's a group coming up right now.
Let me squirt some lime juice in my mouth. Okay. Yeah. Hey, you want to get some waffles?
Wait, hold on. Are you telling me you can't do it, Eddie Murphy?
Oh, I can. It's just the pressure got to me.
All right, hold on. Give us your Eddie Murphy.
I don't have a regular Eddie Murphy. I have Eddie Murphy as donkey.
Okay, give Eddie Murphy as donkey.
Oh, this is great. Tonight we're going to switch manly stories, and tomorrow I'm making waffles.
Nigga, that just sound just like you. That sounded just like you.
Exactly.
Like Eddie Murphy's voice is so distinct, and here you are. Okay, all right. Let's get back to this shit.
No, but real quick, talk about the episode and stuff like that. This is a very silly episode. Obviously, folks, we're all over the place, kind of. Because I also like it deflecting because I don't want Justin just shit on this movie. I actually had a good time watching this movie. He has such a lump of coal in his heart, and I'm trying to melt it by us talking about different things, including Lluvia, our
Hold on.
producer, asked you to dress up with a red hat and a raincoat, and you didn't do that. You show up looking like the Green
Nigga,
Goblin.
I ain't got a red hat and a raincoat. Who the fuck do I look like? Paddington? I ain't got no white folks giving me fucking jackets and red hats. What do you think this is?
Wait,
Hey, that
follows,
little nigga boy, here, wear a red hat and a raincoat.
that'd be so wild if they call Paddington nigga boy.
Hey, little nigga bear.
God.
Okay, all right. Well, you know what?
Paddington accidentally ends up in Germany and not the UK.
Or he could end up in the U.S.
Yep.
So
He would have been shot real quick with a shotgun.
I want to tell you where I was at with this film when it first started. So the film starts Paddington as a cub, more of a cub than he already is, because as we now know, he is a dwarf. He's a dwarf bear, because when you see his village, there's nothing but bears, and he is around the size of all the children. So he's a dwarf bear. When he falls into the water, he gets saved by Lucy. And because she's trying to grab a hold of him, and he goes down. So he's literally descending to the bottom of the river, and he's going to go over a waterfall. The first thing in my head was, I could have been spared of this entire series if Paddington just drowned in that river. That's just what.
Oh my God.
And I had to wait to the third one to finally see him in real, true danger. And even as a bad, I needed him to drown in that river. It was just this much, and this whole thing would have been over. The nightmare would have been finished. Is that too dark for you, Brandon?
That's incredibly dark, man. It's a kid's story. Justin, that can't be
Drown the bear. Drown the bear.
And I don't have to watch anymore. You thought that you thought that was a remote possibility, knowing that this is a successful film franchise.
Brandon, I fell asleep, and that was my dream. I went to sleep that night, and I dreamt about Paddington drowning in that river. And I was, man, this close.
Our producer Lluvia in the chat said, I've been watching WWE since it's on Netflix. Justin would be a great heel.
Oh yeah. I mean, I parts of me is crafted from the WWE. I watched too much as a child.
I mean, that's fair. There's been a lot of we've been watching the Golden Girls recently. For some reason, they kept playing it at. I think it's there was an old person in our hotel room, and they just had it on TNN or TNT or whatever the fuck the old station is. And Golden Girls just kept playing, and I was cracking up. And Tati's she's like, is this your comedy sensibility? I was I grew up to it, so possibly I always think of The Simpsons when I think about my comedy sensibility growing up, but actually, Golden Girls probably shaped a lot of that too. And
Dorothy's kind of snarkiness, Rose's being so aloof, the sluttiness
all the Golden Girls.
And the sluttiness of Blanche, and then Estelle is just fucking, the biggest asshole you can think of, but cares. An asshole with a heart. Yeah, I felt very much Estelle when I was a kid.
I felt very much like Dorothy. I'm just observing the madness of the world and just having to deal with people's insanity. Her deadpans to everything that Rose says is just comedy gold, bro.
Comedy
Holy
gold. See, I was far more Estelle, and then then I went through my Blanche portion of my life.
Yeah, Estelle was fucking. I mean, just the stories about the mob and shit like that.
Yeah.
You're just what? And then Dorothy's like, "Mom, what are you saying?" And she's like, don't worry about it. All right, but going back to Paddington.
It's okay,
Peru.
Pussycat. Okay. All right, hold on.
That song.
When this turned, when they started fucking singing, that I wanted to throw something.
I knew that last note that Olivia Colman hit, and then she was like, "Woo!" I was like, I know Justin's hating this with every fiber of his being.
Everything.
Which is so hilarious.
And also, hold on. Also, I was not amused by looking up to see because I was, I was writing down my note and I look up to see the fucking black nun starting to tap dance. I'm like, oh, this bitch right here. This bitch right here. Anybody could have started the tap dancing, but fucking Sister Bojangles.
That's a bit rough. That was
like,
an unfortunate. That's an unfortunate time. I mean, yeah, this movie was insane. It was also wild with like Olivia Colman's character, like when the Brown family comes and she's like, oh yeah, Aunt Lucy, she was somewhere in the jungle or whatever. I don't go in the jungle though. And then like she has this faraway look in her eye. And I was like, yo, what the fuck happened to this nun in the jungle?
Well, no, it's like, yeah, we don't allow the nuns to go into whatever that area. And then they cut away to like a nun being attacked by fucking like, animals and things like that.
Yeah, like White Lotus and shit. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, what?
So the whole thing is, Antonio Banderas' character and Olivia Colman are trying to get this family treasure, basically. And the word is that it was hidden, but that the bears from that area know where the treasure is. So the whole idea, Paddington's originally from this place in Peru. So we need to get him. It's basically like Congo. It's Tim Curry's plot in Congo, basically. Like this
Paddington love marmalade.
This bear's gonna fucking lead me to the treasure. It's so crazy.
Brandon, the connection between this and Congo, first of all, perfect. But also that's so nuts. That's so nuts.
Yeah. Folks, be sure to check out our Congo. Be sure to check out our Congo review. I think it's still on all public platforms. If not, it's on our Patreon in the back wall. It's one of our best episodes.
Yo, if Ernie Hudson was in this film, of course,
I would have loved it, man.
That would have been fucking crazy.
I haven't even shared on this podcast, man. I got to meet Glenn Turman and shit. It was great. It was fantastic, man. And he's still looking good and stuff. He presented Coleman Domingo with an award. But I got to meet him twice actually. I met him first like at the cocktail time and stuff like that. Then later backstage. But like someone when I tweeted it, someone asked, they were like, "Oh, you didn't say you didn't ask him if he liked your conch?" And I was like, "Oh, yeah, JD's Revenge." I don't even think you remember
me. That was me.
Was that you?
That was me. Yes, that was me. I was like someone on Twitter. I'm like, nah, nigga, that was me.
Oh man, I thought someone had tweeted at me finally. All right. Just a text from a friend. Not a stranger who likes my work. It's just giving me validation for all the things I'm trying to do. It's just my friend of 10 plus years texting me like a usual thing. It's nothing special like I thought it was. All right.
Brandon, I'll let you rock. If it wasn't me, I would just let it rock.
I feel like Banshee's in a Sheeran. Well, there goes that dream. Folks, if you like what I do, tweet at me here and there. Let me know. Are you out there? Proto_Blackens on Instagram and Threads. Let me know.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I laughed so hard, dude. Okay, Olivia Colman out of her fucking mind.
Hold on. Really quick. Guys, if you haven't listened to our Congo episode, what are you doing? That's actually a really, really solid episode. You need to listen to that shit.
That's why I plugged it earlier.
No, I just want to say it again. It's just fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I just love that fucking episode.
Folks, our producer talks to us in the chat, and sometimes I never know if Justin sees the same things I do. Is everything okay?
No, the kids.
If they want to come on the podcast, we can talk Paddington. I want to get the kids' perspectives on this little bit.
Shit. I ain't taking the movie theater to watch this garbage ass fucking movie. Hey, go. Get out of here. Out. Here's my nephew.
He's like, you like it.
Jackson.
Hi, Jackson.
There. He can't hear you. Close that door.
I laughed really hard, dude, when Olivia Colman and the grandma are talking. And, Olivia Colman's like, the Laura works and moves in suspicious ways. And the grandma's like, you be mysterious? And Olivia Colman's like, your scriptures. Yo, I died laughing at that shit.
Yeah, those faces that she was making, I was just like, what the fuck is wrong with this woman?
Yeah, Olivia Colman, like, with that line alone, man, she had me losing my mind. But yeah, Antonio Banderas talking to himself, and Paddington's like, Mr. Hunter, are you okay? I'm like, nigga, he's talking to himself. No, he's not okay.
Also, the fact is that they superimpose his fucking face on all of his fucking ancestors. Like, that was so stupid. This is so stupid and crazy. But at the same time, if that were the case, Olivia Colman should have looked a little bit closer to Antonio Banderas.
Yeah, because they're supposed to be family, right?
Yeah.
They're like distant cousins or some shit.
Yeah, they're cousins.
Yeah, that was random.
She disappeared into the fucking into fucking
That's why she had that
Peru.
faraway look. She's seeing things. She probably got fucked by a snake. You know,
Okay.
snakes have needs too. It's nasty out there. It's the fucking Peruvian jungle, bro. I've been to Machu Picchu. Shit is wild. It's scary. There's a lot of hills.
Like, I need you to do some prayer. Need you to
What?
do all the prayer.
Who am I praying for?
I don't know. You need to pray for your you need to pray for your sanity.
All right. What do I want to talk about next? Okay, when the plane crashes at Machu Picchu, when Antonio Banderas is chasing Paddington, right?
Mm-hmm.
When the plane of the Brown family being flown by Olivia Colman's character crashes right conveniently in front of Antonio Banderas and Paddington, the book that has, I think, all the stuff about like the lore in Peru or what they're looking for.
No,
right?
no.
What is
that? Was
that
was the father's risk assessment
Okay.
book.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Browns had like no storyline in this movie at all, except for maybe like the mom wanted one last trip. But even then, like, I feel like that got trimmed down because they were like, oh yeah, you're not Sally Hawkins. So yeah. And so the book, goes flying out, the accounting book or whatever, goes flying out the window at like high velocity speed, right? And hits Antonio Banderas, who's trying to kill Paddington at this point.
In the nuts.
In the groin. And I wrote down, that book hit him so hard at such a speed, he's either got internal bleeding where he has maybe an hour before his body just starts breaking down, or at the very least,
he should have been launched off that fucking mountain.
No, at the very least, an exploded testicle.
Yeah, that's true.
If not testicles. True. The way that book hit him in the groin, dude, his whole ball should have shot through his asshole.
Brandon, I was yikes. But Brandon, you also have to take into account that not only did this book come out of a crashed plane, but the book came out with such velocity that it went through the windshield. A windshield.
He's dead. He's absolutely dead.
And windshields, they're extra reinforced of a goddamn plane. Nuts. It was absolutely nuts.
Yeah, that was wild. Yo, Olivia Colman's character was also mad cruel. She took away the grandma's glasses, the aunt's glasses, remember? And Lucy's like, I can't see. And then she pushed her off on a little boat. I was like, damn.
Okay, hold on.
I can't see.
What I also need to know, Brandon, the grandmother, she decides to stay in the home for retired bears in Peru. So what the fuck is happening in this world? She doesn't go back to the UK with them. Mm-hmm. She stays in Peru.
Yeah.
At the retired home at the home of retired bears.
Home.
And she's blasting all this movie. I mean, blasting all this music, and the bears are just like, we're gonna eat this bitch.
They didn't say that.
No, the look on their face was like, she gotta go. She gotta go. They're gonna eat her.
They're not gonna eat her. They might should take her glasses and put her on the boat again because they were before.
No. I'm not talking about Paddington's aunt. I'm talking about the grandmother of the Browns.
Oh, the Browns. Yeah. They're gonna eat her.
That's nuts. Yeah. Why are you deciding to stay in Peru at a home for retired bears? I mean, first of all, that's crazy. But
yes. I mean, she's gonna die like Grizzly Man. Let's not make no mistake. One of those retired bears is gonna get dementia and be like, just trying to slash up niggas.
Like, what are you doing?
And Professor X has issues. You don't think a bear with like claws and strength and shit gonna fuck you up? All right, Lluvia is asking in the chat. She's saying, Brandon did not want to watch this movie outside of an Alamo theater. Brandon, did you end up watching this at the Alamo? No, I did not. I had to watch it at AMC with regular folks, which luckily there weren't that many in the theater. So, yeah, folks, I was talking shit. So, the story of me trying to book Paddington 3 opening weekend, I was in the Alamo app looking up movie theaters in New York, and it was sold out through like Tuesday. And I'm like, the fuck? Why is this movie is that popular? And I texted Lluvia and Justin, I'm like, hey, y'all, we might have to, bump this recording because, all the Paddington screenings at Alamo are sold out. And I can't go to a movie theater with some normie folks. You know what I mean? I gotta get my Alamo.
Oh, you
experience.
better than us, huh?
Yeah, and then I surely learned after that Alamo was on strike in New York, and that's why I wasn't able to see the movie at Alamo. So I had egg on my face.
No, you had marmalade on your face.
Again, the amount of marmalade that this nigga eats, there's like no way that like everything he emits, like excremiates, has to be like blood orange. Like it's gotta be that's gotta be so foul for his vitals.
Yo, but also it has to be sticky.
Oh yeah, like for sure. Like unless they have like an investment in wet wipes or a bidet at the Brown house, their house is fucked up. It's like all marmalade shit.
Imagine him dragging his little bare ass on the rug to clean it. Like I don't see how he gets all that shit out of there.
Yeah.
Unless he's
parsing
open his cheeks and just letting the goo drip. Let the goo drip.
Hey, well, the Browns are fully
gross.
in it. The Browns are fully in it now because, at first they're like, we had that heartwarming, circle back to the first movie when they first met Paddington, how he's going to stay in with his original
Was
village.
it heartwarming?
I mean, it could have been if they had the original actress, but, and how they're like basically like, all right, Paddington's going to stay here and we're going back to our regular human life. And the Paddington's like, I was wondering if I could go home. With you.
I was wondering if I could stay. It's like, of course, Paddington, who can stay with you? I want to stay with you. These are my people, but you are my family. Because I'm a nigger bear. Why did we fall down, Mr. White? So we can learn to pick ourselves back up again.
Everything
Yo,
you just did.
it's the same vibe that he used in that scene. He talks like fucking Alfred a little bit. Also, why does Paddington from Peru talk with a fucking English accent?
This is true.
Because, first of all, he didn't meet the English explorer. Yeah. The fucking other bears did. He would just know how to speak English. But why would he speak in an English accent?
Listen,
I don't know why. I just put that together now, and that's fucking nuts.
Listen, Ben Winshaw, who does the voice of Paddington, does a great job as Paddington Bear. Paddington is he means perfectly well, even though he issues mass destruction everywhere he goes. He destroys. Is that Machu Picchu or is that El Dorado?
Well, I mean, it's supposed to be El Dorado. El Dorado is like an ancient lost city.
He destroys that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's out of control. Like, and then he causes the boats the crash and shit like that. He's a weapon of mass destruction. Yeah. He just talks in a cute British accent and wears a fucking raincoat. That's what I gotta start doing. I gotta start wearing.
Listen,
actually, I'd be the most suspicious nigga on the planet if I walked out this house with a red hat and a yellow raincoat.
Yeah, you would. Yeah, you would.
People would be like, "That nigga's a
that nigga's a predator." He'll be walking up to the people. Hey, hello, my name's Brandon. Would you like some marmalade?
No, what? Oh my god! Like, if we were ballsy enough, but we've never been like that jackass kind of like I don't give a fuck level. We would both do that. We would both have like different costumes that we just leave the house and go about our day and see how people react. Like you go about your dad shit, dress up like Robin from Batman and Robin. But you don't act like you're wearing a costume. You just do your
you just don't acknowledge it.
I just walk out with a Paddington outfit.
Who are you talking to? You know I've done things like this before. Why are you acting like this is not who I am?
This is true. You did dance like Powerline in Times Square. So,
did I ever tell you the story in high school when I used to dress up like a bum? You remember the bum from In Living Color, Antoine Jackson?
Yeah.
I used to do that in the cafeteria. I used to walk around the different tables, and I used to, and
You
I
were
and
not
I used
doing
to,
it like that, were you?
I was bumming for change. But I'd have all these props. But now I was a freshman. I'm like, I'm not going to the fucking freshmen. I was going to the fucking seniors in the upper class, and I was making bank. One day I would pay for my whole week of fucking food. Like it
Good.
like part of my shit.
Tune in for the singers.
I would turn my blazer inside out. I had all these props and shit like that. It was a fucking mess. It was a goddamn mess. My brother heard about it, and he's just like, "Wait, what's my brother's nigga barrel?" Yep.
You're out of control, man.
Oh no, yeah, I was crazy. I was nuts. My first 2 years of high school as well as college, I was the craziest person you ever saw. It's like you put me in a new setting, and it's just like at that time in my life, I was gonna make a name. I'm about to make a name for myself.
You know how long I've been waiting for this? I'm about to make a name for myself. Yeah.
Oh man, that's literally who I was. I spent half of my life that way.
All right. Well, I don't even know where to go from there. So Paddington ends up going back home with the Browns, and then
Yeah.
he at times invites his family from Peru, all the fucking bears, to come visit and stuff, and they go running around London, and it's London town. And then we end with the a montage of photos of the bears around London and shit, and then we go have a mid-credit scene with Hugh Grant's character, Hugh Grant from the second movie. He was the villain, and he's in prison, and basically he has this creepy scene with all the bears where he's like, "Yeah, you come here. I'm gonna play Goldilocks in the play in here and shit." It's like mad unsettling. I know it's supposed to be funny, but I thought that shit was mad creepy.
Yeah. I was waiting for somebody to put their nipple on the fucking on the glass. It went. It didn't play the way they wanted it to.
Yeah, you were
Just like
were out
getting
of
one of these
control.
bears in here.
You were so out of pocket for that.
I'm gonna turn you into a rug in the sense I'm gonna drop some nut on you.
What? What's that even mean?
What? People nut off, and the nut falls on the rug. And you turn the bear rug, a bear skin rug. You want to drop some nut on that rug. You pretend you're a bear skin rug, and he says, ejaculation. You know? No, I'm sorry. I got to say it with an English accent. Ejaculation.
That's not an English accent. That's a creep. That's a creep nigga. That's what that was. Let me do an accent. You know, that's just great. It's scary.
Oh boy,
You're out of control, man.
Oh yeah, I'm not well. I'm not well.
These reviews pulled from Letterboxd by our producer Lluvia.
Oh God.
First one is Jack.
Shout out to Lluvia.
Yeah, Jack wrote, "Have I not been saying that Paddington Bear is actually Jesus Christ?" 5 out of 5 stars. That was weird. Okay. Next one is from Just Ken, who wrote, "The peak of cinema this year was when Paddington said, 'Mi gente Latino.' Oh, mi gente Latino." Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm glad I'm at 3.5 out of 5 stars. All right. Next one is from Aaron, who wrote, "The Paddington trilogy over the Godfather trilogy." 3 out of 5 stars.
That person needs to be shot in the foot.
What? Why in the foot?
It just seems like because something non-lethal, but
you get shot in the foot, that could be lethal.
Yeah, I mean you could bleed out, but I'm just saying, like we're gonna shoot that person in the foot.
Bleed out your foot?
Huh?
You can bleed out your foot?
You can bleed out anywhere, Brandon.
Yeah, but your foot? That's like draining.
Yes.
Like, that'd be weird. You'd be saying in the butt. Why would someone want to shoot you in the butt?
No, I mean, if you just get the meaty flesh, then they can't sit down for a while. That's pretty bad too. Have to lay on the dick.
All right.
The
Then we've
dick
heard
just buried in the dirt.
there's a letterbox review from Paul Klein, who wrote, "Not continuing with the gag of Simon Burnaby being into guys in drag is a sin." What? 3.5 out of 5 stars.
Oh, the Hugh Grant character.
Got it. And last but not least, Josiah Cooper wrote, "My favorite part was when Paddington was in the Amazon researching spiders with Madam Web's mom right before she died." 3.5 out of 5 stars.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Dude, Madam Web, man. What a time to be alive for movies like that to be made.
Yeah. And to be so bad that people reference it in other bad movies like Paddington 3.
Okay, well, having said that, Justin, break down our rating system so we can finally rate this thing, and you can answer to the Rotten Tomatoes gods.
Okay. Well, guys, you know how we do this. We rate movies back to popcorn, small, medium, large, and the XL for the exceptional. If a film doesn't deserve any delicious, hot, buttery popcorn slathered in marmalade and just dripping out the asshole of a fucking midget bear, then we throw it into the stale popcorn
Little person
pile.
bear, Justin.
Huh? No. This is something different. It's not a slur when you're talking about a bear. We throw it into stale popcorn piles and piles of stale popcorn on top of it. So, Brandon, we sat down and we watched the 2024 film Paddington in Peru, a film that I feel kind of broke me a little bit to have to sit through. What say you, sir?
Well, I mean, first of all, this came out in 2025. It came out in 2024 in the UK. So
I mean, it's technically a 2024 film, though. It came out in the UK.
The UK.
Yeah, but at
We're
the
American
same time,
boys.
this is their film.
American pride, Justin. It's 2025. All right, my
we're
rating
gonna
is
own the UK all over again. It's gonna be the United Kingdom of the United States.
so I'm giving this a large. Despite some like weird casting stuff and some odd pacing and like not the most original story, man, I love the performances. I love Olivia Colman and Antonio Banderas in this movie. I thought they were so much fun, so unhinged. Yeah, I actually quite enjoyed it. So I'm giving this a large. Justin, what's your rating?
Okay, so I'm just gonna say this. I thought that Olivia Colman as well as Antonio Banderas were the shining stars of this film. But on the other end, you have Paddington. Paddington is fucking stupid. I mean, the character is stupid. The whole El Dorado actually being basically fucking orange grove where he then teaches them how to make fucking marmalade. That whole thing. Yeah, that's the ending of the film, guys. And it's trash. But
are those bears slaves to him? Does he have like a marmalade empire now where he has slaves?
I guess so. But I guess
he's like a
also
kingpin.
that those bears are gonna run. He's gonna destroy the ecosystem of that, orange grove, and they're gonna run out. And then what's gonna happen? Those bears are all gonna die. They've been living there for centuries, and one fucking Paddington bear is gonna kill out all those fucking bears. And I'm not saying, and that's I'm not saying that that's
empire.
I'm not saying that's just some crazy hypothesis I'm throwing out. This is going to be fact. You're looking at Brandon like that's what's gonna happen. He might as well have showed up to El Dorado with fucking tuberculosis blankets. Like he is everything that's wrong with imperialism. So Paddington is just like his UK brethren, is going to destroy the entire ecosystem of El Dorado, and all these bears are going to perish. Terrible, terrible deaths, and hopefully the same for his grandma or his aunt, who is going to die in the home for retired bears. With also Mrs. Brown. Is that Mrs. Brown or Mr. Brown's mother?
I think it's Mr. Brown's mom.
Mr. Brown's mother, who decided to move down to fucking Peru and live with a bunch of bears to get her ass eaten from butt. Anyhow, but that's besides the point. Yeah, I thought that Paddington, the character, got worse. And like it in almost a sense that like we could have made the same movie without Paddington and it would have been better. So with that being said, I'm going to give this a small popcorn. I'm only giving it a small popcorn for the performances of Antonio Banderas and Olivia Colman. Everything else is inconsequential to this story. Paddington should be put down as quickly as possible. And if I were to rank all of these three movies, the number one film for me is the first film. Then I would put this as the middle and Paddington 2 at the bottom.
You think this is better than Paddington 2?
Yeah.
You hated Paddington 2 that much.
I stand by my review. And anybody who wants it, y'all can come and send threats to Justin Brown. I will take them, and I will then create another fucking podcast and rate it again as a shit-ass movie to bring the tomato meter even further down. Fuck all y'all people. Justin reigns supreme.
Can y'all please send those emails to jbrown did it at hotmail.com? That's his personal email. You don't have to send them to Media Popcorn.
Send whatever the fuck you want to, nigga. I ain't scared of you.
I'm scared, man. I'm scared.
I ain't scared of you.
You don't read these emails.
What?
Because you can't read.
Listen, why don't y'all hit me up and I'll give you my personal address. You can come, you can show up if you want. I got these hands waiting right here. Oh, come on, nigga, bust a move.
All right, well, they just saw your hands and not too impressive. You know what they got? Guns and butter.
Listen, half these people is this mad. They from the UK. They ain't got no guns. These niggas coming with knives. And you're shocked. I ain't scared of that shit. I'll disarm your ass, nigga. Don't they know I'm a ninja? I'm a ninja,
folks,
nigga.
Shut up. Just shut up. Just stop talking. Please just stop talking. I'm done
That's
with
right.
Mute him.
Highest form.
Mute him, please.
No,
Just
no one
mute
doesn't
Justin
mute
for
me.
Lluvia, I need you to do it. Okay, thank you. All right, folks. As always, you know you can follow the show at Media P Podcast on all social media platforms. You can follow me at Frodo_Blackens on Threads. I got Drunk Black History Dates at a 420 show coming on. So FrodoBlackens.com. Come laugh with a nigga. It'll be fun. Hell, it's going to be great. Not just fun. All right, Justin.
It's gonna be a great
How
show.
how can people follow you as well, support the show financially if they choose to do so, my brother?
Well, guys, first of all, you can follow me at J Brown Did It on all the social media platforms.
But
if you want to support this show and you want to be a part of this show and enjoy and bask in the ambience of the death of Paddington, you can go to patreon.com/medium popcorn. We have $2, $5, $10, and $15 packages. Our entire backlog lives on Patreon. We've got bonus episodes. We got mini shows. We have so much content. It's absolutely absurd. So again, get on it. And that is patreon.com/medium popcorn.
That's right. Leave us a voicemail at 347-464-8214. Again, it's 347-464-8214. We want to hear from you. We want to hear your voices. Let them know, hey, what's going on. Well, let us know, not let them. Them.
Yeah, you could be a them, Brandon.
I'm always a them, and we are always a they. All right, y'all. We'll talk to y'all soon.
Okay.